finally the release date of Phantasmal Flames. So we're going to take a look at the prices on eBay of the two chase cards, which is the Mega Charizard EX SRR 125 out of 94 and the gold card. And if you look at Reddit at the moment, you can see that it's been opened left and right. It's not too difficult to pull the cards. Yes, it's around the similar pull rate as SRR for Mega Evolutions, but because there's so few SIRs, it's just not so difficult to pull a specific SIR like the Charizard or the Gold card. And let's take a look. So latest card sold on eBay, $741, but we do see some being sold for $646. One sold for $758, $745, $839, $799. So definitely trending downwards, which is kind of what we are expecting. And I do expect over the next couple of weeks for this to eventually go under $500, because it's really not that difficult to pull this particular card. Is it bad for the set? Yes, but also at the same time, I think it's because it's a Charizard, which is because Charizard is a really popular Pokemon. It should still hold some value and be higher than at least some Mega Evolution SIRs. So where do I think this card is going to end up with over the next couple of weeks? I think it's probably going to settle around the $300 region to $400 region. And yeah, that's where I see it. And it's not necessarily bad, because it's still reasonably priced. And after supply is done, I think give it 3 years, it might then again test that $500 again. But in the short term, I think this is going to go towards the $300 level, which for collectors is actually good news, because you'll be able to buy this card at a relatively good price. And for the gold card, let's refresh quickly. Let's see what's latest. So we see 760. This is quite interesting because 554, it wasn't able to be sold at 554, which means it was actually sold lower than 554. So it seems like the gold card is already tending towards that $500 region, 633, 507. So yeah, this card has already gone down a lot already and is really unable to hold that $500 region. So I think over the next couple of weeks, this card is definitely going to be below 500. It's going to also settle around that $300 to $400. How I see these two cards, I think they're going to be priced quite similarly, despite this gold card being almost 3 times as difficult to pull compared to the Mega Charizard. I think someone did an experiment. It took around 400 to 500 packs to open this particular card, but this card takes around 1,200 to 1,300 packs on average to open. So despite this card being more difficult to open, the value is going to be similar to the normal SIR, simply because the normal SIR has a much better artwork compared to this gold card. And that's what I think is going to happen. So despite this gold card being much harder to pull because it lacks in artwork, that's why price-wise it's going to be quite similar. I think it's also going to be probably the first set where the English card is going to be probably the same as the Japanese card or even lower. And that's just quite interesting, because I think it's, in terms of SIRs for the set, there's only 5 compared to the Japanese Inferno X, which has 6 SIRs. And something also interesting on the Japanese one is, if you look at the Mega Charizard EX SIR, the Japanese card actually doesn't block Charmander's face, but the English card, the text blocks Charmander's face. So people are speculating that Japanese SIR is actually going to be more expensive than the English counterpart in the long term. So that's an interesting theory. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's sort of just review the Phantasmal Flame set again, just so you can understand how small the set is. Total 130 cards in total, and main set only has 94, and we only have 5 special illustration rares, of which one is a trainer special illustration rare, Dawn. Then we have 4 Pokemon special illustration rares being Rotom, Sharpedo, Low Bunny. Not particularly popular Pokemons. Probably Low Bunny is probably going to be the second most expensive SNRL Pokemons, followed by Sharpedo and then Rotom, if we just look at the artwork. And Dawn is probably going to be uh, around Low Bunny's price. Charizard is obviously going to be the most expensive, and the Skull Charizard is also going to be. Both of these Charizard will probably be priced similarly. And then if you look at the full art trainers, there's really not much going around. And also the trainer cards. So unless a card is particularly playable, I don't think the full arts are going to do well at all. Because if we talk about full arts, we have Sharpedo, we have Empoleon, we have Lobani, with Miss Mages, we have Rotom, Oricorio, Mega Charizard, and Mega Heracross. Only this Charizard EX will probably hold value. The other full arts are not going to do well because they're just not popular Pokemons. In terms of illustration rares, I think the Meowth is probably going to be the only card that does well. Maybe along with the Wigglytuff. That's just my guess at the moment. Some people have expressed that Purplup and Yamper looks decently well, so maybe these cards will also hold some value. But Ambipom, Togedemaru, Wigglytuff, Wooper, Flygon, Toxtricity, Zacian, Yamper, Nimble, Ludicolo, and Dugong probably won't hold a lot of value, and they'll probably struggle to hold the $10 to $20 price point. The only illustration rare which I think can hold the $20 price point is probably Meowth, but only time will tell, and let's see over the next couple of weeks how this set does. So unfortunately a small set, but I don't think it's a failure as a set. I still think it's still going to be a B tier set in the long term. People are calling it the Obsidian Flames 2.0 or the what's the other one, Darkness Ablaze 2.0 or Champions Path 2.0, potentially, but I think because of the artwork, I think it's still gonna hold something. Okay, catch you next